Hey guys, it's ExandShadow, and welcome back to Let's Play Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures. In the last part, we took care of Assholevania, and in this part, we're going to Thy Farts Consumed with the best track in the entire fucking game. Welcome to Hell, bitches. Although, oddly enough, Hell is probably the easiest level in the entire game. Huh. Funny how that works out. Anyway, Thy Farts Consumed, absolutely adore the fuck out of this level. Mostly just because this level has one of the most badass songs in the entire fucking game. I am so pissed that they don't have a soundtrack rip for this up on YouTube yet, because I would blast this sort of thing on my iPod driving places. This is such a blood pumping song that just gets you super amped to go through the area. Although I suppose that's appropriate considering that this is the Hell level. But yeah, I just absolutely love this track, and I love the soundtrack in general. Although this is one of the few tracks that actually does stick with me, you know, after I turn the game off. You know, the rest of the track, most of the other tracks, I'll hum along to after, while I'm playing it, but I won't really remember it after. This song I've had in my head, stuck straight in my head for the past couple of days. So, you know, I just absolutely adore this track. One of the best songs in the game, and I think really one of the best modern 8-bit tracks we've gotten in quite some time. So yeah, enough gushing about the soundtrack. I talked about how easy this level was, and you know, I've died like 4 times to the first section of the game. The first time I played the game, on my first playthrough, I think I chose Thy Farts Consumed, like, not first, but it was probably like my second or third level chosen. And I managed to get through almost all of it without dying once. So, you know, I blame the recording curse for this one, even though this playthrough has actually got my least amount of deaths out of all of them. I think, yeah, I mentioned earlier that I got over 900 deaths my first time playing, and that was like a 7-hour playthrough. Although that makes sense since I didn't know any of the level design and I was unfamiliar with the game. The second time I played it though, it was a 2-hour playthrough and I died like 250 times. This time, however, I think I didn't really cut too many minutes off of my playtime clock, but I did cut lives down by almost half, so, you know, that's nice. It's always nice. You know, that's one of the great things about this game, or I should say just about games that track these sort of stats in general, is that I love comparing in-game stats between playthroughs, because then it's numerical proof that I've gotten better. That's part of the reason why I really liked playing Pikmin as a kid, because it's like, ooh, I beat the game in 20 days and had 200 deaths, and then I play the game again. It's like, ooh, I beat it in 17 days and I only had 150 deaths this time. You know, it's nice to see proof of improvement, even because, like, you know, you play a game and then, you know, sometimes it just sort of seems like you did the same, but when you've got numbers here that you can compare to previous attempts, it's like, oh, I did way better than last time, or oh, I did worse. Let's see what I can improve on and stuff like that. You know, for like speedrunners or for people who really want to improve their skill, I love games that do that sort of stuff. Now, I don't go for it there, but if you use Mike Matei to jump over that instant death block, there is a cameo over there for, I think, Stuttering Craig, who, and if you find him, you also get an achievement, so make sure you do that. It is sort of a tricky jump, but you know, if you're an achievement junkie, you're totally going to want to go for it. And you can sort of see one of the sprites for another one of the characters over there. So, you know, the cameo doesn't exactly come out of nowhere. You know, you are somewhat aware that there is something over there, and you do have a chance to go back up and make that jump again. So, yeah, keep that in mind. And holy shit, Fire Shark! We couldn't take care of you before in the dungeons and dickholes, but now we can make that son of a bitch smile, and we ride this motherfucker. Yeah, this is just another reason why I love this level, because this is one of the most awesome set pieces in the entire game. It's easy, you know, it's just sort of like, it's just an awesome moment where you just plow through everything. And when you get through that section, you can't get hurt and die in that section, it's just hard. But if you get past through it, you get an achievement saying, well, that happened. So yeah, I love this game's humor. Even it even manages to like sneak its way into the into stuff like the achievements. You know, I just love that aspect of this game. I know I've basically just spent this entire level gushing, but this level just like has all of the aspects of the levels all the aspects of the game that I love the most. You know, the soundtrack is great. I love the way the level looks. You know, it's like, you know, there isn't like a whole lot of visual humor here, but this is basically what I'd like. It's the most stereotypical version of Hell in its most awesome testosterone-fueled form. You know, and it's got some of the best level design in the game, where there really isn't anything that blindsides you. Everything, you can see all of the obstacles coming up ahead. You know, nothing's too challenging either, so this is a good level to pick. For, again, if you don't mind skipping extra characters, you know, this is a decent level to pick first, you know. It's just such a great stage. Love it so much. Thankfully, however, okay, I was just saying that this level's entirely fair, but then they've got, you know, those collapsing blocks that aren't differentiated from any of the other single-length blocks that we've seen up to this point. But, you know, nearly every level has that issue, so taking points away from thy farts consumed when I don't take those points away from anything else seems a little bit unfair to me. Don't worry about that beer right there. You can get it later. It's just you can't get it right now. You drop down from the higher pathway to pick it up if you need it. And if you do desperately need a beer, there's the beer right here. I'm looking right here to see if there's any blocks you can destroy with Mike, but it doesn't look like it. There might be a way over there, but again, I haven't quite found all the secrets in this game yet, and this isn't a secret guide, it's just sort of a normal playthrough guide. So if you're looking for those, I'm sorry. Maybe someday in the future I'll do like a here's where you'll find all of the secrets bonus episode, but that's not really a priority at the moment, I guess is the best way to put it. A good trick if you're having trouble with those arrow shooting things is that you can actually jump through the green parts, and you won't take damage from that. And I'm pretty sure that as long as your sprite isn't touching the arrows, you can even jump through them while the arrows are shooting at them, out of them. So you know, if you're having trouble making jumps, keep that in mind. You can always jump through the green parts. They're non-solid objects, which is helpful, you know. And it's areas like here where, you know, you could jump in there to take care of the whatever those are. I suppose they're tormented souls suffering for all eternity. But, you know, you could jump in there and beat them up as the nerd, but you can also take care of them as the guitar guy. So, you know, there's a surprising amount of choice hidden throughout this level. So anyway, here we've got the devil, as shown from Super Mario Bros. 3, I believe. Now, for this boss fight, you're going to want to be the bullshit man. You move around with the control pad, and you can control where you're free-falling. The thing is that because of the way that the devil goes around, you know, you'll only get hurt if you pass through, like, his head. You know, like, you can touch his wings and his body without taking damage, but most of the time he's going to be below you, and so, especially since the bullshit man's attacks are super powerful, he'll, well, super powerful, and they also arc downwards, so, you know, they are pretty damn powerful in their own right. So that actually makes him a lot easier, because if you're trying to shoot him with the nerd, you're trying to move around and also aim the gun in the right direction, which is actually sort of more difficult than it seems. You know, this boss fight, if you're just the nerd, is the hardest part of the entire level. But if you use the bullshit man, he's actually really not that big of a deal, so you should be able to take care of him without too much of a problem. So anyway, in the next part, we're going to go to our last level before the end of the game, Happy Candy Fun Time. I'm ExandShadow, and I'll see you guys later.